Hey everybody, I am continuing my playthrough of NES games. We're going to try to finish this out. And I've just been playing bits and pieces of the NES games on the NES library on the Nintendo Switch. We ended on Solomon's Key, um, and I think we're just going to pick up with Star Soldier today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, I haven't played this one, but I love shooters, so we're already, looks like we're in for a good time. Now this one does have a special version on here, so does this, am I gonna die? Okay, you go under the red stuff or above it, so you're doing good. I wanted that power up. I was worried, I thought I had to avoid all this stuff, but apparently you can go over or under uh, all that. So far I only seem to have a fire button with A. Oops. B also fires, so either button fires. If you hold it down, you're just going to get slow fire though, so it's better to tap. Or I guess if you have a turbo controller on this game, you can just turbo it. I keep dying in dumb ways. We'll start over again. Had a really good run at the beginning. Okay, now we're getting somewhere with these power-ups. I do wish when you died you would just continue right at the exact place that you died at, like your ship would fly back out on the screen, like in some shooters, but hmm. These blue things seem harder to kill. I'm not a fan of these enemies. Huh. Oh gosh, wasn't ready for that. Trying to concentrate here so I don't die again. Ooh, that's interesting. The eyeballs there. Hey, we got to the boss at least. That's nice. Attack Starbrain. So I'm not really sure if I'm hitting it or not. I guess I did. Escaped. So I don't know if you can kill it. Maybe you have to just shoot it till it runs away. Or maybe you can kill it. I don't know. If you know, comment in the chat on the replay and let me know. Because I don't think anybody's in here right now. All minute. But that does get us to level 2, and I'm dead again. It's kind of my own fault. I kind of flew right into those. But that's Star Soldier. Let's go on to the next game, Star Tropics. This is a really good game. I have not beat this, but if you've never played Star Tropics, I highly recommend it. Take some time to get into it. I have registered a game on here before. We're going to start fresh. I keep skipping the registration. We'll just... Alright. Alright, so from the beginning. Uh-oh. That pig's done for, apparently. This must be the chief. We got a star. Now we have to rescue our uncle. Americola. Oh, well, that was easy. There is the tunnel. The magic of the Southern Cross is always by our side. This kind of makes me think of Blaster Master, the way the rooms are kind of laid out. Not really 100%, but just kind of, I don't know, something about it graphically reminds me of that. Not sure what all the stars I'm collecting do. I thought I pressed to the left. There's some puzzles like that you have to solve. Wasn't sure if anything else came from that. So even these squares right beside each other, you can't walk from one to the other, you have to jump. Let's just go this way first. Not sure if there's something in this room or not. It's been a long time since I've played this. As you can see, I had a game file on here. I never finished the game. So it is one I do want to eventually finish. I think there is a sequel to this as well. So those were pointless, I guess. There we go. Now we have a torch. More torches. Whoa. Now I want to know what that was. Oh. I can't go back. And I died. Guess I should have waited for him to fire and then wait for his mouth to open. Man, I'm just not being careful. Alright, let's try this again and see what we can do. Interesting that my torches went away when I died. That's unfortunate. I had to do something down here. Alright, this is going to increase my health. Well, there's nothing new in the chest. That's alright. Can throw the torches if we want to. Whoops. I think I needed more torches for that to work out like I wanted it to. But that is Star Tropics. Super Dodgeball. This is another Kunio game. It was a lot of fun. Sorry, I just realized my phone is possibly going to go off while I'm doing this. I don't want it to be too loud on the stream. Alright. Trying to remember what does what. So A passes, B throws. I know you can catch the ball, I think, with B as well. I meant to hit B. Ooh. Get both buttons together to jump. You can get those special throws like I just did, but I'm not sure how to do all of them. That's pretty quick. But I mean, it's dodgeball. You knock characters out depending on the side. And you just keep going between different countries that you're facing. Very simple. It's a lot of fun, especially if you play multiplayer on it. Um, okay, Super Mario Brothers. We all know Super Mario Brothers. Great game. We're just gonna rush through a few levels on here. Um, I mentioned it in one of the streams already, but this was one of the first games I played when my dad rented the NES for the first time for us to play. So that was our first experience with the NES in the 80s before I had my own. And Mario, Excite Bike, and The Legend of Zelda were the three games we played. Those were the three that we rented, so... But I don't just have nostalgia for this game. It's a really good game, and it's a lot of fun to go back and play anytime. Growing up, the way that I beat this game every time was to take the warps, because it's very easy to just use the warp pipes to get to the end of the game. But I have played all the way through it. I've played all the way through the original Mario 2. I never had the All-Stars for the Super Nintendo. I did have friends that had it, so I played the Lost Levels on there, but I don't think it was till it was released on the Virtual Console on the Wii that I actually played through the Lost Levels. I think it was on the Wii, on the Virtual Console. If not the Wii, then the Wii U. But I did play the actual Famicom version of Mario 2, and it's really hard. That was a really hard game to finish, and it is something where I just played through the game because some of the warps are kind of odd in that game. It's much easier to play it straightforward. And we'll go all the way through 1-4. Why not? And then we'll just stop there and go on to Mario 2. Oops. Controls definitely feel tighter on this than they do on the Versus Super Mario Brothers that was in the arcade. That's available to buy on the Switch, and I do have it, but I was playing it the other day, and it just doesn't... The controls feel a little different. It is harder than this. I've never beaten it. It is something I would like to beat one day, but it's different. Like the first Warp Zone, for example, is the same, that if you go to the Warp Zone on World 4, instead of taking you to the World 8, it goes to 6. And there's some other differences in enemy placement and number of enemies and things as well in that arcade version. But I remember playing Versus Super Mario Brothers in the arcade, Versus Goonies, stuff like that. Fun fact, every single Bowser you fight until the end, if you kill them with the fireballs, will reveal that it's actually an enemy masquerading as Bowser. So that wasn't actually Bowser, that was a Goomba, for example. And it's like that in Mario 2 as well. Alright, so 2-1, we'll move on to Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, this is a game where I always played as Peach growing up. I know from watching speedrunners that Toad's the fastest, so a lot of people use him on some certain levels, and certain characters are better for certain levels, but I always just stick with Princess Peach or Toadstool, as we knew her then, before Super Mario 64 came along and corrected all of this. But we only knew what they told us. We didn't know any better. Everybody knows that this game is really Doki Doki Panic. That is no surprise. A bit of information, but it is a fun game. I enjoy it when I have played Doki Doki Panic. I haven't beaten that, even though I've beaten this, and the reason is I believe you have to beat the game with all the characters in Doki Doki Panic. You have to play every level, every world, and every level with all the characters to beat it. And nobody's got time for that. At least I don't. But I mean, this game, being a reskin is not a bad thing. It definitely brought us new enemies that have become staples of Mario games. And the idea that the real Super Mario Bros. 2 is going to be too hard for kids in America is, I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't have been too hard for some kids. I would have sucked at it, so... yeah, it's not a bad thing, really. We'll play one more level. I mean, these are things that, you know these games. I don't need to show you what they are. Oof. Noel Fanto. Terrifying as a child, terrifying as an adult. Hate being chased, then that is not going to be for you. Oops. Oh, I thought I could actually fit there. Ah! Darn it, I meant to throw it over there. Alright. You get a lot more of these chances to spin the wheel. I've always just mashed buttons on the bonus chance. I don't know if there is a way to make it work out in your favor a lot more often or not, but I never try to actually watch what I'm spinning for. I just press the button. Sometimes I get stuff, sometimes I don't. It looks like I've got nothing when I've been spinning today. Alright, so we'll move on to one of the best Mario games in the series, Super Mario Bros. 3. Um, if I'm not mistaken, it was revealed uh, in the movie The Wizard. I don't think it was out yet when The Wizard came out, at least not opening night of The Wizard. Um, but I remember my dad buying this for me. Not my dad. I remember my granddad buying this for me very specifically. I wanted the game. I remember I got the game, and when I told people I had it at school, they didn't believe I had it. I think it's because it might have been harder to find. Recently, on a My Retro Life video I watched, he revealed about the first printings of the game having a misprint on the label where the brothers was over to the right, or all the way to the left instead of to the right where it needed to be printed, and then it was fixed in subsequent releases, printings of the game though. So they did fix it, but I didn't know about that. And apparently my cartridge and manual are the ones with the misprint, but they're not really that valuable. I don't have the box, obviously. As a kid, I did the stupid thing and threw all of my boxes away for my NES games. Did not do this for my Super Nintendo games. My NES games, yeah, I threw all the boxes away. So the cartridge itself is not very valuable for having the misprint. Neither is the manual. But I do still have my manual, my cartridge, and I wouldn't have gotten rid of them anyway. It's really cool to see that they are that I have that printing of it. But my granddad bought that for me. I remember. Now, obviously, if I had the box, and it was one of those super rare, expensive versions because I had it in pristine condition, and I might consider selling it. But generally, no, I would not sell this game. Not for like just in the hundreds of dollars, no way. If I was going to get, over 1,000 something, maybe, but I couldn't bear myself to part with this for anything that wasn't really super valuable. I remember my granddad took me and my sister to see The Wizard. So I remember watching that movie in the theater when it came out. He also took us to see the Super Mario Brothers movie. The fun thing is you can get both warp whistles in the first levels, so that you can go ahead and just skip the whole rest of the game, which is interesting. It's interesting that stuff was revealed, at least the warp whistles were revealed in the movie The Wizard too, when the game was either about to come out or had just come out, so. Despite some of the things being a little incredulous that he would have actually found in some of the games when he was playing them. It is a really fun movie. I do enjoy revisiting it from time to time and watching it. I thought I was spot on with that. Oh well. Do I have to use it on the... I must have to use it on the map to go to 8. I can't remember anything. But yeah, obviously this is one of the best Mario games. And if you've never played the Mario games, I highly recommend going back and playing the ones on the NES. Lost Levels is Super Mario Bros. 2 in Japan. Now, you could choose between playing as Mario or Luigi, but this was not 2 players. Um, they do control a little different as far as their jumps, but I do prefer to go ahead and just do Mario games. Hi, Goja. How's it going? Now you can use that turtle that I just flipped up there, that Koopa, to do the one-up trick from Super Mario Brothers to get a whole bunch of lives. And yes, that is how I ended up beating the game when I did beat it. But you can continue in this game, so it's not too bad when you game over, but definitely harder than the first. It introduced poison mushrooms as well. I haven't played this in a long time. But Mario plays pretty much just like he plays in the original Mario Brothers. So that's why it's a lot easier if you want to play this to play as Mario. I think takes a little bit of getting used to when it comes to Luigi. Almost missed that jump. Was interesting going back and playing this because the first time I played first time I played this game was on the Lost Levels at a friend's house, so that did change up the dynamic a little bit because going back and playing this version when I actually beat the game, you have the original graphics, which are just like the original Super Mario Brothers. And Lost Levels, of course, on Super Nintendo had the redone graphic style, so... Oops. I thought I hit the jump before I got hit, so I assumed I was going to get a jump off of that, even though I got hit. I'm falling apart here. So if I continue, I'll go back to World 1-1. But I think if I had been on like 2-3, 2-4, I would continue on World 2-1. But that is the Lost Levels for Super Mario Brothers 2. Tecmo Bowl. And I wish I had Tecmo Super Bowl on here. But Tecmo Bowl is a good game. I don't know what team's the best on here. We're going for it. Touchdown. Successful try. Oh my gosh. Oh no. They got him. I'm doing pretty good. Are they going for it? That was bad. First down. try a pass. Hey, it worked. Let's try that again. One thing I haven't done enough with these games is actually play them online, which is a really cool feature. I'm glad they incorporated in these. Um, I have tried out playing them online, just haven't done it in a while. It's definitely something I'd like to do more. And maybe even do some future live streams with people watching, being able to join in and play certain games. Alright. We'll stop there. But that's Tecmo Bowl. It's a lot of fun. Tecmo Super Bowl is very similar. Um, this is just tennis. I think I've played this on here a little bit. I am a fan of tennis games. I remember I have Andre Agassi Tennis on the Super Nintendo. And I just like tennis in general. I enjoy playing it for real. And it's been a while though since I've played any tennis. I need to do that again. Oops. When I was in college, I took a tennis class and I was pretty good at it. Um, Better than this. and so I did play. I really enjoyed net games like tennis and volleyball. Those have always been my favorites. Especially volleyball. That was one I also played in college in a class. I took a class for volleyball, and I also had an intramural team in college at a different school, not the one I took that class at, but I played intramural volleyball when I was at Columbus State. And I enjoyed it more than the intramural basketball. Alright, let's do one more game here. That's out. So I can swing with B as well. I don't know if it's a different swing or not from A. Yeah, maybe B is a lob. Oops. Man. I do bad on this side. for some reason. Ugh. I was doing okay. Hmm. Oh, darn it. Oh. Hmm. All right. Twin B, classic shooter from Konami. This is a good game. Your regular shot, and then you have your little ground shots there. It is what we would refer to as a cute 'em up instead of a shoot 'em up. Because of the cuter characters and atmosphere. Oof. So it will, when you are going to fire your alternate shot with A, B fires your main shot, it'll automatically target those. And that's stage 1. I don't know how far we'll play into stage 2, but we will play it a little bit. If you're too far back, you will not automatically be able to bomb those. I made an error. Should have stayed at the back where I was. Flew too close to the sun. Thought I could swing around there. Alright, but we'll go ahead and back out. That's Twin B. Vice. We're getting close to the end here. I don't know that I've played this, but we'll see if I remember playing it or not. Sorry. Alright. Let you watch some of this intro scene. We'll go ahead and get into the game here. Okay, no, I did play this a little bit. You drive around and you shoot stuff. I don't know what I'm changing with a, or with, yeah, with a firing with B. Is it my speed? Yeah. So there's different styles of gameplay, which is cool. I like games that do this. Looks like I have different weapons. Okay, yeah, you press select to change weapons. I should keep moving instead of playing around with my weapons. Alright. Looks like you can't really stop to do anything in this section. You have to just keep moving. I really didn't like that. Okay, you get to continue right where you left off, or what's, I guess, stage you left off on. That's cool. I don't like the different sections falling out from under you. Also, because I'm not really paying. Okay, so you can tell which sections are going to break. That's good at least. I'm just not. I'm still just falling through them. I wonder if you have infinite continues or not in this game. Huh. Let's see if I can get a little further in this game. Obviously, we threw away some of those lives. Kind of learning what we were doing. Can you keep going straight? No. You do have to go down the ladder. Wonder if you could kind of just avoid that enemy altogether going that way. So I tried to jump, and you automatically grab onto that ladder if you jump there, so that didn't really help me. So I guess you need to get down far enough on the ladder and then jump. There we go. A pumpkin head? Ooh, meat. Ah! I am okay. I am okay. Guessing it's a boss. Since we... Ooh. Okay, there we go. That was a pretty easy boss. Anyway, that is Vice. I've not played that much at all. That's a pretty fun game, though. I think I'll probably want to revisit that and play further into it. Volleyball. I have played this a little bit. It's not a very good volleyball game. But it is not unplayable. And I missed that. No, I don't know how to do that. Alright, we got a point. Oh, I thought I got that for a second. They suddenly started playing much better. I started playing way worse. Huh, if you pause, they all run down to the screen like that. That's interesting. It's not a very fun volleyball game, but it is one of the black box games. I'm sure that's why it is on here. Versus Excite Bike. This was a Famicom release, I believe, because it is the Versus Excite Bike, which was the arcade version of Excite Bike. Yeah, it's loading, so this is definitely Famicom. Famicom Disk System. But it's Excite Bike. But like other Versus games, there are differences in Versus Excite Bike. Now, you can get the arcade version of Versus Excite Bike as well on the eShop, so if you're interested in the Versus series, I do recommend checking those out. I wish they had Versus the Goonies. We never got the Goonies game on the NES. We got Goonies 2, but we didn't get the first Goonies game, so not really going to look at Excitebike versus Excitebike much, but that is what that is. It's based on the arcade version. Um, there's a lot of versus games. There's versus Castlevania, versus Super Mario Brothers, versus Goonies, but I know they have versus Excitebike, versus Super Mario Brothers, and versus the Goonies on the eShop. Wario's Woods is a puzzle game. I have played this a little bit, not a whole lot. It's fun, but can I not destroy? I guess I need a pink bone. Oh, I see. Now, I could have beaten that level a lot easier, but I messed up. I was trying to. Why can't I? Oh my gosh, I'm stuck. I'm not doing so hot. I kind of fell apart here. Only took us forever. I made that more complicated than it needed to be. Speaking of complicated, that's Wario's Woods though. We're gonna go ahead and back out of here and go to Wrecking Crew. This is another Mario game. There was a reference to this game in the Super Mario Brothers movie. Basically have to destroy everything on every level. And also not get hit by the enemies. Watch out for fireballs, they will randomly appear. Last time I was playing this level, that is what got me, was a fireball. It is a fun game. It can be frustrating too, though. Oh, that was not what I needed to do. Be careful with the bombs. I got really lucky I didn't go the other way because that fireball would have gotten me. Stupid. Now I've got to wait for these guys to get all the way down here so I can climb back up. I've done this level faster before, so I'm not sure. I don't remember what I'm doing wrong right now, but I'm doing something wrong. that was a close one. We'll do the bonus stage too. So you have to just find the coin. And you're racing against, I guess, your boss. Alright. Game selection. Xevious, another shooter. Um, the sound effects from Xevious uh, are heard in a lot of movies and shows, and whenever there's video game sounds. At least I feel like there are. I remember hearing these sound effects a lot, but not having actually played the game a whole lot. But it's fun, and you know where the square is where your bombs are going to fall, so you can aim those where you need to destroy things. Don't know how far back it sets you when you lose your lives on a level. I've never played very far into this, like I said. It looks like we're going back to the beginning. You get a pretty good rate of fire if you just hold down the fire button. So you don't have to keep tapping it like I was just a moment ago. That does help. I was doing better that time. That's Xevious, so Yoshi. This is another puzzle game with Mario characters. It's trying to. there's a lot of stuff you can do in this game to get rid of your stuff, but that's can feel very overwhelming and complicated at times, in my opinion. It's a good puzzle game though, but I don't even know if I'm gonna clear if I can clear out a full level on here. Oops. That's it. Game over. But that is Yoshi. And then finally, the last game on this NES collection, which is my favorite Zelda game, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. Is that a clear file at the beginning? I guess it is. We'll just start here. This was the first Zelda game I owned, even though I played Zelda 1 first when we rented it. After I got my Nintendo one Christmas, and I said I wanted Zelda 2, or I wanted Zelda. And I mentioned this in another video, my great aunts went out to buy Zelda for me, and they got Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link for me because it had just come out. They didn't know one game for the other, and I didn't even know there was a Zelda 2. So they went to get Zelda for me, got me this game, and even though it wasn't the one I had wanted, I fell in love with this one. It's one of my favorite Zelda games to this day. I think it's one of the most challenging and a game that when you learn it, you can do feel really good playing it and get through it pretty easy once you've learned how to play it. It's not as hard, but that first time when you play it, it's difficult. I can't remember if there's another bat in here. I might die. Definitely knocked a rock up here. And then Raya over here I can't see. And I'm just going to jump over and grab the statue. I might go ahead and just grab that early on. I haven't been asked for it yet, but I usually get it before then. I think there's another bat. I might... No, I made it. There is another bat. I saw the shadow. We made it out. Because I know we don't have the candle yet, but you can still grab stuff easily. Alright. So we can go ahead and go to the towns, get some magic. Ruto. Get my life refilled. I definitely want to do a playthrough on here one day. And just play through the whole game. I can't remember if I did that or not with Zelda 2 on the Famicom, but I thought I had more time to get into that building. I guess we will try that again. Alright, so yeah, I played the Famicom version on those games on the NES, or I'm sorry, on the Famicom on the Switch, to show the differences, but I don't remember if I did a playthrough that I recorded on YouTube for it. I may have. But yeah, you can see there's a lot of little nuances and differences in the game. I like that there's moving water in the Famicom version. But there's things I like more about the NES version. I like the sprites for the enemies that are on the main screen a lot better in the NES version than the Famicom version. I don't know if anybody plays the palaces out of order in this game. I just do them in order. But I'm sure you can do them in whatever order you like. Raru. I think I'll probably play through the first palace. That's where I'll stop. It would be really easy for me to just keep on playing through the game. It's just by health, right? Yeah. You don't have to do anything special to get this spell. You just have to talk to her. And the townspeople will give you hints in this game and tell you what you need to do, or give you hints. They'll tell you, you know, good information. It's better information than what you get in Castlevania 2. I do like Castlevania 2, though. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I still think it's a good game. Get Candle in Parappa Palace, which is where we're going next. In a roundabout way. There's a cave down here I want to go to. I think this has a magic thing in it to increase our magic. Oops. Forgot about these guys. If you look closely at the ground, you can see the outline of the enemies, like little feet. You don't have to have the candle to get into here. I mean, it helps because then you can see everything. You don't have to have the candle to get this or to get the trophy. I wouldn't go much further, like going towards the other towns and stuff without a candle, but you could probably do it and pull it off. I will stop at town and heal up before we move on. We are going to get a heart before we go in the palace as well. This is the only section you have to go through without a candle the first time you go through it, so just gotta be careful in here. The palace is to the north, we'll go south first. There's a heart container down here, which is why we're going to the south. But do be careful here. It's really easy to get hit by a bubble and get knocked off the stage and die. I could have, I mean, I know I was jumping towards a bubble, but I could have made that jump still. I got a little worried about hitting it. Oh, to the left. To the right, I think. Alright. Alright, so level up. If I hold out, I can level up my attack. I don't really need magic yet, so I'm going to cancel. I want to level up my attack first. I will get another chance to level up my life before that. We'll probably skip that as well. So something I'm a little worried about now is that I might die. So I'm going to try to see if I can't go ahead and level up real quick here. It would be better to level up before I die. Oh, great birds. We're going to go ahead and level up our life. And now we'll try to get out of here, because we might die on that stupid bubble thing. Hopefully we won't, but yeah, see. If you're not paying attention, it is not hard to mess up there. Now, after we beat the boss, we do want to try to level up before we place the jewel at the end, because that's going to give us an automatic level up. So that's really important. Make sure you keep that in mind. Alright. So before I can go down, give me just a moment. Alright, here we go. I think these guys steal your... I can't remember if they steal your experience or not when they hit you. Let's see. Yeah, you lose experience if they run into you, so don't let them hit you. Um, Definitely don't want to lose experience points. Just down the bottom here. I suppose you could use your jump spell to get up there, but it's unnecessary. Now, when I was a kid, I did learn the fairy trick to get through doors with the fairy magic once you have it, but it's not necessary. You should have the keys you need. Did not mean to step on that elevator yet. And I can't remember if... Oh my gosh. You can kill these bubbles, it's going to take a while. I'm already down to 16 experience though, because those guys hit me. They give you good experience, but I wouldn't try it with just a level 1 attack. I'm going to go ahead and level up. I wish I'd used shield magic. First level's not too hard, but if you're having a rough time, don't just get discouraged. Just keep killing enemies, leveling up. You'll get the hang of it. Now I am trying to remember if is this the way to the final boss, or is that other way? Because if not, I need to go back to that other elevator. These guys aren't as bad as some people make them out to be. I mean, they're hard, but... Ooh, nice. That is very nice. Alright, perfect. If you were to beat this level without getting the candle, it would not destroy the level. But once you do get the candle, you won't be able to come back in. If you beat the level and you've gotten the candle, you won't be able to come back in here. Yeah, so we're going to have to go back. And I don't really want to fight the boss yet, so we will wait to come back here. Although... let's do it. Let's go ahead and... well, I'm about to die. So let's fight him, and then I'll... if I die, I will just restart this section. I'll use the shield magic and beat him. And Yep, there we go. So I've got 2 more lives. Uh, we'll beat him first before we go to the next section. I'm not playing it as safe as I was a minute ago. Horsehead's not too hard. Yeah, we almost have gotten it beat already. Just make sure you're hitting him high enough. I might lose. Nope, we got him. Alright, perfect. We did not get a whole lot of experience for that, but we don't want to go place that gem yet because that's going to level us up. So if we need just 30 to the next level, that's only going to give us 30 experience. So I'm going to go ahead and go back. We'll probably get 30 on our way to get the candle, and then we'll be able to level up a whole other level when we go put the gem in. Not sure how many hits it's going to take to kill these guys, but if I level up, I'll be able to level up my life next, I think, which will be really helpful. Because then I will not lose this life. Oh no, magic is next to go up. Well, we'll just go ahead and do that. But yeah, they're worth good experience if you can kill them. They just take a while to kill. Yeah, this section is pretty annoying, and they steal your magic when they hit you, so be aware of that. I'm not even going to try to get that. It'll be useless when we put the gem in, so... Let me use my shield here. Oh gosh. I'm probably going to die before I make it back to place the jewel in there with the bubbles there. Maybe I'll get lucky and not die. But I don't have any health to replenish my health, so that's only worth 50. I'd have to get up to 400. I probably should have skipped getting the magic, and then I would have got the life, and that would have filled my life back up, so I would be okay here, but maybe I'm going to make it. So now we'll get what, 220 here to get us to the next experience level. So it's always good to wait to put that gem in until the very end, and you can go ahead and get the next level. But that is the last game in the NES games here on the Switch. So I hope you've enjoyed this look in these 5 videos at all the games that are available here. I gave you a little bit of some, and then other games I gave you a lot of gameplay. So you can see what games you might be interested in trying out on here. Um, if you don't have a Nintendo Switch online membership, but you do have a Nintendo Switch, I recommend getting one, not just for online play, but also to get things like these games. Um, and then, of course, getting the N64 games and the Genesis games with the higher online membership is nice as well. But thank you so much for watching on these. I really appreciate it. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.